You know that feeling when someone drops a small piece of criticism and suddenly it lives rent-free in your head all day? One comment turns into hours of overthinking, your mood sinks, and it feels like your confidence just got sucker punched. It's crazy how a few words can hit harder than we expect. The truth is, the problem isn't really the criticism itself, it's how we process it. Most people mix up criticism with insults and then carry it around like proof they're not good enough. That's the trap I want to talk about here, because once you learn how to filter it, criticism can actually help you grow instead of dragging you down. Here's the thing. Criticism is not an attack on your identity. It's just information. It's feedback. But a lot of us take it personally and let it define us. Like, say someone comments on your video, "Hey, the way you talk is kind of hard to follow." If your mindset isn't grounded, your brain instantly spins it into, "I suck, I'm not cut out for this, I should just quit." But that wasn't the point at all. The feedback was about one specific thing you could improve, not a verdict on your entire existence. The mistake is letting every comment about your work feel like a comment about who you are. That's why tiny bits of feedback can spiral into full-on identity crises. So the first shift you need to make is to stop tying criticism to your sense of self. Think of it as data. That's it. It doesn't mean you're worthless. It just means there's something you could tweak. And remember, not every piece of criticism is even accurate. Just because someone said it doesn't make it the ultimate truth. Sometimes people only see one angle, sometimes they're just projecting, and sometimes they're flat out wrong. That's why you have to filter it. Ask yourself, does this make sense? Is this useful? Does this person actually know what they're talking about? Criticism is like food. Some of it's healthy, some of it's spoiled. You wouldn't eat every random thing on the table, so why take in every random opinion? Now, here's where it gets interesting. If you learn to see criticism clearly, it can actually work like a GPS. It shows you where to adjust and how to get closer to where you want to be. For example, if someone says, "Your content is good but feels too long," you can take that as insight instead of an insult. That pushes you to practice being more concise, and that's growth. The goal isn't to enjoy criticism, because let's be honest, it'll never feel amazing. The goal is to be strong enough to sort through it, keep the helpful stuff, toss the trash, and move forward smarter. But here's why people struggle. They don't know how to separate constructive feedback from straight-up insults. Not all criticism is created equal. Some of it is genuinely useful, even if it stings a little. Some of it is nothing but someone's bad mood dressed up as feedback. The difference comes down to intent, clarity, and context. Real criticism talks about what you did, not who you are. It has at least some thought behind it, and it usually comes from people who understand your world. On the other hand, insults sound personal, vague, or flat out disrespectful. And here's the key: you don't owe every voice in the room the same weight. So, how do you protect yourself? First, don't fire back when you're still heated. If someone leaves a nasty comment or sends you a brutal message, give yourself a pause. Walk away, breathe, make a coffee, anything that buys you space. Because when you respond in the heat of the moment, it's not your best self talking, it's your ego. And ego usually makes things worse. Second, be real with your emotions. You don't need to act like a robot who feels nothing. If something hurt, admit it. It's not weakness, it's honesty. What matters is not letting those feelings drive the car. You can let them sit in the passenger seat, but you stay behind the wheel. Another big one is separating the message from the delivery. Sometimes a harsh tone hides a useful point. Someone might say, "You ramble too much," and it comes off as rude, but buried in there is a reminder to tighten your storytelling. If you can strip out the unnecessary sting, you'll find the meat that's worth keeping. It's like eating fish with bones. If you know how to separate them, you'll still get the protein without choking. Also, think about who the feedback is coming from. Not all opinions are equal. A mentor who understands your work pointing out an area to improve is worlds apart from some stranger with no context who just wants to take a jab. If they don't know your process, why should their words carry weight? It's like taking driving advice from someone who's never even been behind the wheel. Doesn't make sense, right? Here's the mindset I've built. Criticism is data, not drama. When something negative comes in, I ask myself, is this something I can actually use? Is it a pattern I've heard before? Will it make me better if I sit with it calmly? If the answer is yes, I take it in. If not, I'll let it go. That's it. Not every comment deserves a place in your head. And don't try to carry it all alone. Bad criticism feels heavier when you keep it bottled up. Talk to a friend, someone you trust, someone who can help you see it from another angle. Sometimes just saying it out loud helps you realize, wait, that wasn't as deep as I made it out to be. A healthy support system can remind you that feedback doesn't define your worth. It's just noise you can choose to tune out. One thing I like to do is keep a little archive of the nastiest comments I've ever gotten. Sounds weird, but it's powerful. Every time I look back at them, I realize how far I've come. Things that used to make me spiral now barely make me blink. It's proof that growth is real, and your skin really does get thicker over time. At the end of the day, criticism isn't going anywhere. People will always have opinions. But you get to choose. Do you want to let every word knock you down, or do you want to learn how to filter it and use it as fuel? Don't feed your heart with every random opinion. Run it through your head first. If it's useful, apply it. If it's not, let it pass. That's how you build resilience, and that's how you keep upgrading yourself without letting the noise control your life. And hey, if this hit home for you, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you know who takes criticism too hard. Drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe so we can get more people growing together. Until the next video, keep upgrading your brain.